Everyone, from me, Brent Graham of Goodforthegame.co.za, and welcome to this Tour de France Stage 21 betting preview. Yes, we're at the end of the road. It's the final stage. We're not on the Champs-Elysees today, but in Nice for a 33.7 kilometer time trial. Apologies, by the way, that this preview is out late. Had a bit of a late night. We were having pizza at 2 o'clock in the morning. Can tell you I'm feeling fine though, because I was the designated driver, so I hadn't had a drink. But yeah, certainly not feeling like doing a preview when I got home. Anyways, here we go. It's an individual time trial. We'll get into that in just a second, but we of course have to wrap up what was an excellent stage 20. Just a reminder that if you do enjoy your sports betting previews, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and also hit the bell. And thank you for joining me on what has been a memorable Tour de France, certainly some of the greatest riding I've ever seen. Let's have a look at the stage 20 results. And Pogačar had said, we're not going to chase the break. And he was true to his words. But I did say in yesterday's preview, the key to the stage would be the Soudal Quick Step team. Would they put the pressure on? Would they, in trying to weaken Vingegaard, actually keep the break in check? And that, in the end, is exactly what happened. Evenepoel put his men to the front. And on the final climb, he attacked Vingegaard. Unfortunately for him, Vingegaard had the legs to respond and then counter-attacking. And of course, Pogačar had an armchair ride until the end. I did wonder what was going to happen, whether Pogačar might give the stage to Vingegaard. I was certainly hoping not. And deep down, I'm sure Vingegaard, when he looks back on this, will also be quite pleased that he wasn't gifted the stage. At the end of the day, you want to win the stage on a merit. Pogačar went to the front. I thought, oh, this is interesting. Is he going to sort of work and let Vingegaard come around him? But no, at the end of the day, when he accelerated, Vingegaard had nothing left, and he ended up winning by 7 seconds. His fifth stage of the Tour de France. What an incredible Tour de France Pogačar's had. Vingegaard a further 7 seconds back. Carapaz third, and then Evenepoel lost 53 seconds to Pogačar there. He came in fourth. A decent ride by Mas, who got into the break, but certainly, couldn't match Pogačar, and also Carapaz was too strong for him there. No joy for me on the betting front yesterday, and the double, in fact, both legs lost. I had Landa over Almeida, but Almeida came in there, and I think I had it was Bardet. I had to get beaten by Hindley, and Bardet came in 10th. I've got no idea where Hindley even finished. But anyway, it was another brilliant stage to watch, and really it has been a great tour. Yellow jersey update. Well, of course, nothing to report there in the sense that Pogačar's 5 minutes ahead, Evenepoel 3 minutes behind Vingegaard, and so the top three is absolutely settled. But there are some internal battles on the stage, and it's just as well, really, because it's a bit of, I'm very happy Pogačar's won, but it would have been lovely to see a race for the GC on this final stage. But as it happens, nothing's going to change, barring very bad luck at the top of the table there. But Almeida and Landa, there's 40 seconds between them. Yates and Rodriguez for 6 and 7. It's only a second between them there. Jorgensen and Derek G also very close together. We've got a 24-second difference there. And Ciccone and Buitrago there for the final spot in the top 10. They're also pretty close, just 22 seconds between them. So there are some interesting battles to watch. Right, let's have a look at the green jersey. Of course, Biniam Gourmet can't be touched there. He wins from Jasper Philipsen. Excellent going, and delivers on a bet I took on him at just over 2-1. Timed that one pretty damn well. Richard Carapaz, King of the Mountains, convincingly in the end, mainly thanks to that stage 19 performance of his, but he was also out there yesterday to wrap it up. I've got to say that I think they should relook the scoring system at the King of the Mountains, offer more points than some of the lesser climbs. And I mean, not that I'm saying, the big climbs will still carry the big points, but maybe not such big differences between first and second. Just make it a more competitive thing, because honestly, if you look back at this Tour de France, that key stage was really just, win that one from the break and you virtually won the King of the Mountains. And not that Carapaz wasn't fully deserving of it. I think he was. But I would love to see more sprints for mountain points than we got. It seemed like this year the Mountains was very much a secondary, it is secondary to the yellow jersey, but probably didn't get, to me, the prestige that it should. And perhaps if it got more points as well, it would also help. But anyway, let's move on to this stage. It's a 33.7 kilometer stage, and what we got here is in the first half an 8.1 kilometer climb at 5.6%. We've also got a little rise here as well. I believe there's some pretty steep gradients out there today, and a very flat running. But what these climbs will mean is that your typical time trialist, like a Stefan Kung type of thing, probably won't be able to win the stage because the climb is just that bit long and that bit steep. Tactics-wise, of course, and just to pop back there, I mean, tactics-wise, it's really going to be about pacing yourself. I imagine guys who who've had teammates up the road will get some reports back. But ultimately, you go full out in a time trial. At the end of the day, you want to fall over the line. And it will be interesting to see the different tactics where the guys go out really hard up the climb and potentially suffer towards the end, or whether it's going to be a case of pacing yourself. Pogačar, of course, he doesn't have to do anything ridiculous on the stage, but he's always hungry for victory. So let's have a look at the betting. And then we have him, he's 67 to 100. That's just under 7 to 10 there. This is with Boyles. We've got Evenepoel next best in the betting. He's at under 2 to 1. And we've got Vingegaard there at 7s. And then it goes 40 to 1 and better the balance. It is very difficult to see anyone outside of that top 3, and certainly outside of the top 6 in the betting winning the stage. One guy I've looked at quite closely is Wout van Aert. He definitely hasn't had the best Tour de France by his standards. He said when he came in, he wasn't in the greatest condition, but he still showed enough to suggest that he might be able to have a real go in this time trial. He was disappointing in the first time trial, but I get the feeling having come through the mountains, his condition would have improved. And let's not forget, he's won time trials of the Tour de France as well. And he's won a mountain stage as well at the Tour de France. So he could be something there at 44 to 1. And if you look down below, I've got the top 3 betting. Wout van Aert there is 77 to 10. That's just under 8 to 1. This is my price boost for the day. We'll get the details of that on the next page from Boyle Sports, but you can get the direct link to the price boost in the description box below. As far as match bets go, I found this one on Sunbet. Vingegaard 21 to 10. That's just over 2 to 1 to beat Evenepoel today. And let's just talk then on my feelings on the stage. Pogačar, a worthy favourite, no doubt about it. He should gain time on everyone up the climb. But, he would be foolish to take too many risks on the descent, which I understand is quite technical in places. So there could be a possibility that he just decides to, when I say enjoy it, he's not going to be outside of the top 3, I don't believe. But potentially he might not have that edge. And at the price, I'm looking to take him on. I do make him a worthy favourite, make no mistake. I think Pogačar would probably win the stage, but I do think there could be some value elsewhere. Evenepoel, he's certainly targeting the stage as well, but I think he would have maybe been a bit mentally down after yesterday. He really gave himself a good chance of taking that second place, and Vingegaard was just too strong for him. So interesting to see. He, of course, won the first time trial, but the climbing here, not that he can't handle the climbing, but when compared to Vingegaard and Pogačar, I would say that route suited him better. Vingegaard, well, he did look to me like he was cracking in the third week, but in the end, yesterday showed that he hadn't. Although, obviously, he looked a beaten man when Pogačar took him out there at the end. But I think he'll take a lot from that performance. And if he's got decent legs, I'll make him a big runner in the stage. We remember how he time trialed last year, and I think he's going to throw everything at it. I think he's going to be prepared to take risks. He really wants to finish this Tour de France on a high. So, yeah, we'll get into the betting. We'll get into my bets there now. But just to mention, World Sports Betting have got that refund on a second place finish up to 5,000 Rand. So that's relevant when we get into my bets now. Right, I'm going to go with Vingegaard to win this one at 6 to 1. And I'm taking him at WSB. There is 7 to 1 elsewhere, but I'm taking him because of the money back for second special, because it's obviously a very good chance he runs in the top 3. And even if he loses to, say, Pogačar, but pips Evenepoel, then we'll get our money back on that one. So I'm taking the slightly lesser price there at 6 to 1. Then I'm going Vingegaard over Evenepoel. I'm putting all the eggs in the Vingegaard basket. In fact, you'll see I'm putting them all in the Visma Lisa bike basket today. But that 21 to 10 is just a bit big for me there. I'm going to go for him to beat Evenepoel. Just have a feeling that we got something special coming out from Vingegaard today. And then Wout van Aert, like I said, he was a 77 to 10. I've got Boyles to stretch this to 10 to 1. There's a link down below. I'm just putting, and I didn't put it in there, but I'm just putting, I did 1 unit on Wout van Aert there to finish in the top 3. He's the sort of rider who might almost switch off today in a way, but I've got a feeling he wants to go out also with a bit of a bang and see what sort of condition he's in ahead of the Olympic time trial as well. There's just a screenshot of the boost down below. Thanks, everyone. It's been an absolute pleasure going through this Tour de France with you. Thanks for all the views and all the comments when they've come. We look forward to certainly joining you next year, and hope some of you will stick around for the rugby and some of the other sporting events we cover. Maybe we'll do a preview of the Olympic road race. Thanks and enjoy the stage.